The planet is restless, Captain. They want their podcast. And they shall have it. I'll beam down to the surface. You have the bridge. Captain, that is illogical. These are Trek fans. They will challenge and dissect your knowledge with great emotion. It is a mission fraught with danger, peril, and grave risk. Suggestions? Send in the red shirts.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We had a nice little holiday. We had we got everything we wanted under the Christmas tree. I got a new phaser. What did you get, Big Sexy?
I got a tricorder.
Did you really? Now, did you get an original series tricorder, or did you get the Berman issue tricorder?
I wasn't aware that they were doing Berman tricorder toys. The only ones I've seen have been original series.
Well, the tricorder that Bones carried around, it was like had a shoulder strap on it.
Yeah, it was great. Had a little TV monitor on it. It was perfect.
Yeah, see, I work in video, and I remember those days where we had to have umbilical cables and these recorder decks around our hip and big ass cameras. So no, I'm going with the Berman tricorder. How about you, Craig?
I did not get any Star Trek related stuff, although I did have on my Christmas list that Bluetooth original series communicator, which
I saw
people are
that.
giving rave reviews about, but apparently nobody thought I needed that. But I did get something called the phone soap.
What's that?
You know what that is? Phone
No.
soap. It was actually on Shark Tank, and it's a thing where you put your phone in, and it turns on UV lamps and sterilizes your phone in 10 minutes. So, when you come back from the bathroom there, which I know you do, you can just shove it in and get it sterilized.
I need one of those like a mother.
You need to get it. It's awesome. It's like $60. It's pretty cheap, too.
Jeez. Wow. Okay. And plus, I was just kidding when I said I got a phaser. I did not get a phaser. I'm going to buy an equivalent to a phaser.
21st century equivalent, right?
Yeah. There you go. It doesn't shoot light amplified plasma. It shoots bullets. No, okay, let me stop.
Yeah, well, the one thing is you can't put yours to stun, which would be a safer solution. But
that's
so
very
yours
true.
is always on kill.
That's
the only
very true.
problem with those things.
Yeah, you only stun by the way you aim. That's how you stun.
That's right.
So, all right, I want to say, before we get started, I want to say in the interest of full disclosure that this is the second time we're recording this episode. And I just want to say it's because of my crew. They screwed up.
What? Hey!
Yeah, my crew. We entered a temporal causality loop, which is causing us to have to do this again and again and again. So that's the issue. Then, eventually we'll run into Fraser Crane and we'll straighten everything out. Okay, crickets. Crickets. Are you guys Star Trek fans or not?
What was his name? What was that captain's name?
Captain Crane.
No!
Actually, I can't even remember. It was one of my favorite episodes, but I can't remember the episode title either.
Your ship is unfamiliar to us.
What does he say? Captain, I think you might want to beam aboard. We have much to discuss.
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
But no, in all seriousness, I screwed up. It wasn't because of subspace channels. It wasn't lingual code. I had something set incorrectly, and this is the second time we're doing this. So we're going to pretend like we've never had this conversation before. But what we're here to talk about today is, some news came out last month, December 16th, about Star Trek Discovery. And I figured we needed to weigh in on this. I wanted to get your guys' opinions on a couple of things. So we now have one of another lead cast member, and that is the talented and beautiful Sonequa Martin Green. I'm sure some of you real geeks out there know that name. For those of you who don't, she is one of the stars of The Walking Dead. She plays a character called Sasha. And she was cast as a lieutenant commander. We don't have a name yet, but it's a little confusing in this article that was published by Digital Trends, I believe, on December 15th of last year. But her title will be Lieutenant Commander on the Starship Discovery. However, they also say in that article that the show's female lead character will be referred to as Number One, which Number One was the title of Commander Riker. But as I said, Riker is a commander, so if she's going to be cast as a lieutenant commander, I'm not sure how that's going to work with her being number one, or if there's a little bit of still nebulous area in the details here. So I'm not sure about that. I know before we had talked about that maybe as an incubator of Star Trek, this series being kind of like an early iteration of Star Trek, of the Federation, that maybe they were hiring lieutenant commanders as number one. Who knows?
Well, hold on a minute.
Yes, sir.
The first person to be number one was Major Barrett. Major Barrett Roddenberry now, in the original pilot. Now, what was her rank? Or does anyone know?
I'm going to assume she was a commander.
Well, let's find out. I'm going to look.
You're going to go to the audio tape. Okay.
No.
Well, while you're looking that up, we're gonna move forward here. I was going to say trek forward, but that would be corny. So yeah, if she is in fact going to be the lead character of this show, it will be the first time an African American woman will lead a Star Trek series. And this will be the first series that won't focus on the captain or the commander. If you look at DS9, I know eventually he did become a captain, but the first few seasons he was commander of the space station. What do you guys think about that? This will not be from the perspective of the captain. It'll be from the perspective of a lieutenant commander.
My thought is that it's going to be. I'm concerned that they may not do it right, because it's going to be tough to have a captain that's not all commanding. But I know there's been a few episodes where they've done it with the lower ranks, but for a whole season, it'll be interesting, because what is the captain's role in this whole thing then? If the lieutenant commander is the focus, it'll be interesting. I'm sure they've thought about all of these things already, and I just haven't. But that's the one thing I'm concerned about.
Listen, I hear you loud and clear. I have the same concerns. However, as you kind of hinted at, there is a precedent. The episode I'm thinking of is one of my favorite episodes of Next Generation, entitled Lower Decks, where they focus on the entire episode is from the perspective of 3 ensigns who are bucking for promotion and the tests they have to go through. And it is a heart-wrenching episode. So if they can pull that off, I think we're in good hands. The other point is that, if you saw the movie Crimson Tide, I don't know if you saw that movie with Denzel Washington. You saw that?
Oh, yes.
That was kind of from the perspective of, someone other than the captain as well. I know I'm fudging a little bit here, but that was kind of from the perspective of someone other than the captain, and that's a great movie. So if they can give me that, I say, hey, bring it on. I'm all for it. But I do understand your concern, believe me. So Big Sexy, have you found that? Have you consulted the computer
yet? Yes, I have. I have consulted the voluminous, I can't say the word, databases, and
the universal translator is going to have a hard time with that one. Okay,
they're going to just send me a L on that one.
Yeah.
In the episode The Cage, the original pilot, also as it was recut to be called the Menagerie, her name is number 1. She does not have a name, but she was a lieutenant, and she was second in command. And also, for all of you trivia buffs, the phrase number 1 is a traditional term in the Royal Navy for the first lieutenant or first officer on board the ship, second in command to the captain, so it does not necessarily need to be a full-on commander.
Oh, there you go.
And that position is also known as the executive officer, the EO.
Okay. Well, hey, there you go. So maybe Sonequa was going to be that the first officer. All the better. We also we talked about this before. Other cast members include Michelle Yeoh. She's playing Captain Georgiou. And I guess there's going to be a second starship that's going to be featured, because the news is that she's going to be the captain of the starship Shenzhou or Shenzhou. I don't know how I assume that's Chinese. I don't know how to pronounce it. We also have Anthony Rapp, who's going to be playing Lieutenant Stamets. And it is confirmed he will be an openly gay character. And I know, Big Sexy, before you were like, how does one be openly gay on Star Trek? And I can only we won't get into the details of that because there's the birds and you have a bee and anyway. I assume
I'm not gonna say it.
You say you got 2 birds, no bees. Okay. Anyway,
hey.
I assume that he's gonna have a subplot that may involve his family life, home life, romantic life, and that's how they're gonna get that across there, to use the PC language. And then we have Doug Jones confirmed playing an alien. His name is Lieutenant Saru. So there are a lot of lieutenants on this ship, no commanders as far as I can see.
Well, I like that. In fact, there's too many lieutenants. There needs to be a couple of ensigns running around.
Well,
get a little top heavy.
I'm sure they're going to flesh this out a lot more. We'll see a lot more characters as we get closer to the premiere date. I'm just curious, to your point, I wonder what the crew complement will be of this kind of burgeoning starship. What was the crew complement on the show Enterprise? Can you look that up, Big Sexy?
As much as I did not like Enterprise, I like the song.
What?
I like the song. I did.
Whoa. Stop the tape. Do you remember on another show that you and I appeared on where you clowned me for liking St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion?
Yeah, and probably deservedly so.
And you're going to tell me you like this? You like that song?
It's better than Man in Motion.
Oh, no. Now,
yes.
What's that guy's name? John Parr? What's his name?
John Parr is one hit. That's it.
If he was singing the theme song for Star Trek, I'd tell him to go to hell. But
now the song's in my head.
Okay.
Thank you, Q. It's in my head now. Hope you're satisfied.
Yeah. Well, I know that
while Mark is consulting the ship's computer to look that information up, we should talk about the ship itself quickly and see if you like the ship, because I like the ship a lot. I think it's got the 60s vibe going for it, which fits right in with the time period that we originally watched Star Trek. It's 10 years before the Enterprise. It's got, if you look at the nacelles, they've got like this weird 60s traffic light kind of deal. I like it.
Yeah, look, I love Star Trek. I'm not feeling the ship at all. First of all, it looks like it's made out of copper. Second of all, it looks more like a Romulan bird of prey. Or it just has an ugly, bulky look to it, and I don't like those the nacelles. They look like something you'd see on a West Virginia Camaro or something like that.
I like it. It's a great looking ship. It is not. The thing is, it's not the Enterprise. I think that's the main thing. It's a completely different ship, so it doesn't need to look anything like the Enterprise.
I know.
That's the thing about it.
The other thing is the saucer section looks like a roulette wheel. And the nacelles should be at an angle because, I don't have my Star Trek technical manual anymore because I went through this phase where I'm not a geek. Let me get rid of this stuff. But I know. I wish I had it now. But I can presume that the nacelle should be at an angle so that when you engage warp or if the nacelles are damaged or hit and you're venting plasma, being at an angle away from the body, there's no damage to the body. But with this, they're horizontal on a horizontal plane with the rest of the ship. It makes no sense.
Well, they were still learning, right? Maybe we can give them that. They were still learning how to build starships.
Okay, so maybe the ship will blow up and I'll have to build a new one. Okay, I'm with that. What do you think about the ship, Big Sexy?
I like it. It does have that triangular bird of prey look to it, and then it whips out to have the nacelles on it, and it's got the big circle. And I believe you called it a roulette wheel the other day.
Yeah.
And it does look like one, but I like it. I mean, it looks a little rudimentary like the ship in First Contact. I like that. Because it shouldn't be as all sleek as the later ones that always end up getting destroyed, and the films did.
Yes, I wonder if the that back triangle section are those habitable quarters or are they functioning quarters or is that just struts for the nacelles? If so, it's a huge waste of resources to have such a big, so much real estate just to prop up the nacelles. It looks like it's all sausage section, and there's no neck in the ship, is there? It looks, like I said before, it looks like a tadpole, kind of like the Voyager design. It looks like all of the work is in the. You can only inhabit the sausage section. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so Big Sexy, have you found that information for us yet?
I have not. I'm coming up empty here.
We had to check the gel packs on the biometric readings of the ship.
But the Vulcan chick was hot.
T'Pol?
No. Was that her name? Was that her name? T'Pol? I just remember her in the Sonic shower that one episode. That was good.
I think it was Jolene Blaylock.
Jolene Blaylock.
Wow. You've never seen since, unfortunately, but yeah. So we'll see. I'm sure I'm going to be all on board. No pun intended. Just to go through some of the other cast members, we're going to have a Klingon presence, which I don't know. What started this resurgence of Star Trek for me was when I started watching Voyager last year on Netflix. And to be honest, I did not miss the Klingons at all. So, I feel like I've been Klingoned out. So
I also say that same phrase. When Worf went to DS9, I got Klingoned out myself.
But nonetheless, we're going to have the presence of Klingons on the show. I'm just going to read this real quick. There are 3 new cast members. I assume they're going to be on their own ship. Chris Obi, he's going to be playing T'Kuvma, the leader of the Klingons. We have Shazad Latif. He's going to be playing Cole. He is, let's see. Also, well, let me back up. T'Kuvma seeks to unite the Klingon houses, ultimately leading to the creation of a unified Klingon empire. His protege, Cole, who I just mentioned, will be played by Latif. Cole serves as the commanding officer of the Klingon forces, and then the last person is Mary Chieffo. She's an actress she's playing Laurel, who serves on the Klingon starship under Cole. So we will have a Klingon starship. I wonder what that Klingon starship's going to look like. If it's going to look even more rudimentary than the original series Klingon Birds of Prey. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to seeing Klingons again?
I'm okay with it as long as they look like they did in the original series Trouble with Tribbles. If they look like Worf and cats like that, then I'm going to call bullshit. They got to have that Roman, almost I can't think of the word. But they had a certain look about them.
Centurion, kind of?
The Centurion, thank you. They had that look in the original series, and they carried that look into the animated series as well. So if this is predating that, it's got to be the same way. Now, I don't know if they did that in Enterprise, but they need to do it here.
I don't think they had met Klingons in the Enterprise series.
Good.
Listen, I didn't watch the show, so I can't be sure. But I wouldn't mind seeing a mixture of the two, because I recall urban legend was something like, someone asked Shatner or someone at a convention. I read this somewhere where that was brought up, or maybe it was Michael Dorn at a convention. Someone said, how do you reconcile the Klingons of the original series with the Klingons since Star Trek: The Motion Picture? And he or whomever was representing Star Trek said something like, we don't like to talk about that. Just kind of being coy. But one of you said something about there was a virus that happened.
Yes. I think they talked about that in season 4 of Enterprise, of all places.
The show Enterprise.
Wasn't it when they did the mashup with Trouble with Tribbles? And they had to go onto the space station, and they were saying, "What happened, Worf?" They asked him that question, right?
Worf said he didn't want to talk about it, or said it was like internal or something like that.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was Worf that said what I was pointing at. Yeah.
And I think they followed up on it in an episode of Enterprise, because I remember reading about it, and I tried to watch the episode. In fact, I'll do that this week, because I don't recall how it happened, but something happened. There was a virus or something way back when, and boom, which makes no sense when you think about it. But I need to watch the episode. So I don't talk out of turn here.
So that tells me that there is that in the show Enterprise they do interact with the Klingons.
Well, let's pull this up now. Also, I don't want to see Klingons though. I don't want to see. You mentioned Voyager. I don't want to see any Kazon. I don't want to see any Neelixes. I don't see any of that.
Well, like I said, you are going to see an alien character. He's going to be serving in Starfleet. That's Lieutenant Saru. But that brings a new thing. That I brought this up before. I don't know if I made myself clear what I was trying to say. We have original series. We have the 9 movies, I think. We have the 4 subsequent spin-off series where they have a pretty well-established universe. Anything that happened in the Star Trek universe would have been referenced in any of those iterations of Star Trek. So what I don't want to see is what they did in Enterprise, where they introduced a new alien race called the Suliban, and they had this whole Suliban war. And yet, even though it's impossible because we can't have multiple timelines in real life, at least not yet, since I never heard that referred to in any of the chronologically subsequent episodes or series, I don't want to hear about it in Enterprise, and I don't want to hear about new aliens in Discovery, because if it wasn't referenced after that, it doesn't make sense that it wouldn't be in the computer database of the Federation or Starfleet. So don't introduce new alien characters and have these massive global galactic wars that would have been referenced in DS9 or Voyager or original series or or any of the movies. I mean, you guys, you feel me on that? You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I definitely agree with you.
Wow. Captain's privilege. That's okay.
Of course, the excuse they could use, though, right, is that they could just say that alien race is classified, and so the captains are not allowed to know about it. That's a way around the story. Probably.
You know what, Craig? God damn it, that's a great idea.
Well, what they could have done, though, because I think it was in, I want to say Voyager, that when the certain insignia comes on the screen, I think it's called Omega. That is only for Captain's eyes.
Oh, yes.
They could put it there.
Oh, what was that? I remember seeing, it was something about...
So some type of element or something that...
The Omega particle or something, right?
Yes.
And Janeway, like she does, because she's a badass, but sometimes she doesn't rely on her crew. She every other episode, she's like, I have to handle this myself. And the crew would be like, no, Captain, we want to help you. That's an order, Lieutenant. That's an order, Chakotay. That we're going to help you. Okay. So, all right, the last thing I really want to get into.
Wait, hold on. Before you leave this area of space, to answer the question about the Klingons.
Yeah.
It was in the 4th season episode called Affliction. Blah, blah, blah. This episode, the crew investigate the kidnapping of Dr. Phlox. I hated him.
Yes.
The ship was attacked by a new type of Klingon. Meanwhile, Phlox is taken to a Klingon colony to work on a cure for a plague whose effects include the disappearance of the Klingons' cranial ridges. That's where it is.
The disappearance of the ridges?
The disappearance of the ridges.
Oh,
so apparently they had ridges back in the day. This, plague hit them. They're gone. And somehow they came back. But I got to watch it.
It should have gone the other way.
I agree. And also, again, this is 10 years prior. That still does not solve the question. There should be no ridges.
Well, but the thing... Well, I assume in the original series, that means they were suffering from the virus.
Yes.
And then somehow they found a cure. And then when we got the motion picture, they had them ridges.
I must admit, when the motion picture came out and I saw them, I'm like, ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, right. But, that means that they did meet the Klingons in Enterprise. Well, I don't know if you remember. I have to watch that episode too. I wonder if they'd already met them, in which case we'll see that meeting. Maybe that's what'll happen. We'll see that first contact in Discovery. That would be cool.
I'm okay with that.
Because J.J. Abrams f***ed it up royally in Into Darkness.
I remember, I think it was, I forget the name of the company. I think it was Avatar. But they were doing a Star Trek series. And in that series, the last issue, they set up how the J.J. Abrams universe was like a alternate reality, so they could have Spock in it, and then have a young Spock. And I watched it, and I hated it. And I have not seen the other two. I refuse to watch them.
Well, just so I can be a knowledgeable Trek fan, I'm going through DS9 now. Oh my God!
Will you stop?
I'm gonna watch all that. I know it's gonna get better in season 5. I think season 4, season 5. When
it gets better in season 2, man.
Yeah, whatever. When the Defiant comes on, when they bring the Defiant onto the show, and when the Jim Hadar and the Dominion start getting to popping, that's when it got good for me. And when Worf started coming on and sexing up what's her name, Dax.
Jadzia. She's a man, baby.
Yeah, Worf was on his bisexuality, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, you know what? Speaking, this Discovery, it's gonna be the most diverse of all the Star Treks we've ever seen. So I welcome that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the way they're gonna distribute this show. I have a little problem with that. So it's going to air on the network CBS. I think the first episode, the pilot episode, and then from there it's going to move on to CBS All Access, which you'll only be able to acquire online with a monthly subscription. I think it's $7 a month, which isn't that much. It's also going to be on Netflix, but it will only be on Netflix for the international audience. Now, I have a problem with that. I mean, I think first of all, Star Trek right now, it's in a lull. I mean, it's kind of revived with J.J. Abrams, but the Star Trek movie, the Star Trek movies have only brought in maybe a little north of $100 million each film of the 3 films. So it's not like Star Trek is, that popular pop culture beacon like it used to be. So this show really has to work. This could be the last gasp of Trek. So I'm a little concerned that they're limiting the access to it and making me pay for it to view it. It's not like they have the clout that they used to, that I'm going to shell out another $7 a month to see it. And they're only doing 13 episodes, which I'm okay with. But I mean, what do you guys think about that? Are they hampering a true Star Trek comeback on its home platform of TV?
I think so. I think so completely. And I understand they're trying to drive traffic to All Access. But other than this, I don't know what other original programming they're doing. And, I hate to sound like an old fart, but I'm not spending money on network TV just to watch it, through another medium. No, I'm not going to do it. Now, if they had something else to offer, that'd be another thing. But then they get into the realm of pay-per-view. And I don't know if network TV is set up to do that. So this could be a problem for them, down the line.
It just sounds like a bad strategy. Craig, what are your thoughts?
I'm very much going down the path of being a cord cutter. I'm tired of paying DirecTV all the money that they ask for. So I'm very on board with the streaming aspect of television. The problem is I don't think we've reached that tipping point yet where most people are streaming.
Right.
And the second problem here I have with this is that most people already have Netflix. They're already paying $8 a month, which again is nothing, really. But they're already paying for Netflix. Why couldn't they just put it on Netflix for everybody? But now they want you to pay an extra $7 just for their network, and you may not watch another show on that network but Star Trek. So I think that's really a bad move.
Exactly.
And a lot of people I'm seeing, I think even if you look at the comment section on this link where I got this article from, they're not happy. They're thinking, they're either talking about the concept of the series is terrible, which is, that's another whole issue. But, if you combine that kind of mindset with a lot of comments I'm seeing where they're saying it looks like they are setting up another Star Trek property to fail. I just, I'm not sure what the thinking is.
I don't think it's set up to fail. I think it's going to be problematic with this distribution model, but I don't think they're setting it up to fail. I think they're really excited, partly based off the success of the Netflix platform. Right. But again, the Netflix, you pay your $8 and you get it all.
Right.
Now, I don't know enough about the CBS All Access, but I know that I don't want to spend $8 a month for one show. Now, if you get the whole, and I mean whole, CBS library, that's something else I could look into. But unless they're going to do that, it's nothing I would really step into.
And I don't think I watch anything on CBS. I was watching Supergirl. Oh no, that was ABC, wasn't it?
No, CBS.
It was CBS. That's on CW now, so I don't even think I need to. I don't think I'd buy it just for CBS. I mean,
and CBS owns CW, so if they fold that in there as well, then maybe.
Even if they did like an iTunes thing where they put all the episodes on iTunes, and you spent what, $30 for 13 episodes or something like that.
The only thing that comes close to this would be that show that Louis C.K. did.
Oh, yeah.
Available only on his website, which I have not seen, but I hear it's hilarious.
Wait a minute, you talking about Louis?
Yeah. No. Louis is on FX.
Yeah.
He's got a show on his website called, let me look it up, damn it. I want to think it's like Harold and Rick or something like that. It's about a bar owned by two brothers. It's been in their family for years.
That sounds familiar. I have to check. Do you have to pay for that?
Yes.
Oh man, I
it's
like.
It's not on Netflix, and it's only there.
Well, okay. We want to keep everything on impulse here. One last thing I want to say is
here it is, Horace and Pete. That's the name of it.
Horace and Pete. Okay.
Yeah, that's supposed to be really, really good.
If you're a Louis C.K. fan, check out his show Louis on FX and check this out. I haven't seen that, but I'm going to check that out. But I want to come back to Sonequa Martin Green. Now, as I know you watch Walking Dead, Big Sexy. I don't know if you do, Craig, but
Oh yes.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does that mean that Lucille is going to taste some dark meat next season?
Here you go.
Or is it a case where, since Walking Dead is in the off season now, in the hiatus, is she filming all of Discovery now and she'll come back to... I mean, she's going to have a really busy life if she's doing that, but what do you guys think? Are we seeing the last days of Sasha or what?
The show has gone so a different way than the book. I don't want to hazard a guess, because in the book, again, we've said this before, in the book, there is no Daryl. Daryl does not exist.
There's no Sasha either. Yeah.
There's no Sasha, and what was the first dude's name? T-Dog.
Oh, wow, I forgot about him.
I hated him. In fact, I sent Rick, oh God, Robert Kirkman, an email about that, which he published in one of his books.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I said, Rob, come on, man. T-Dog, he's on Mark, trust me. I'm like, all right. So they're doing different things there, but at the same time, they've been meticulous about things, because when they had Lucille taste Glenn, it was taken directly from the book.
Yep.
Directly. One thing they're doing in the series, I'm glad they're not going to, that they did in the book, that they're not going to do in the series, that is I doubt Rick will lose his hand.
All right, well, now this is the red shirts. Now you're going a little deep. We can start We can start another podcast, The Walking Dead, but
we can call ourselves the Walkers.
The Walkers, right?
Everybody walk your body.
Well, if you're a red shirt, chances are, if the universes collide, you end up being a walker. So
that's right.
You do have that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think she's become one of the stronger characters on Walking Dead. But if I had to choose to see her on Walking Dead or this show, I'm going Star Trek Discovery all the way. So, any last thoughts on Star Trek Discovery?
I want to see, I hate to sound like our podcast brother who is not here, Sean Hill, but I like to wait and see. Let's see what they do. Now, if it's really hopefully, let me rephrase that, if they do it right, I'm sure there'll be people out there, and I'm not endorsing any type of tomfoolery, but there'll be people out there who get it off of All Access and make it available. I'll just leave it at that. Because $8 an episode, get out of here, man. No. For something new, nah.
Well, it's not $8 an episode, it's $8 a month, I thought.
Yeah, $8 a month. But still.
Same thing.
I mean, it's not a lot, but it's just the principle of it. So, all right, that was the Star Trek Discovery talk. Now, before we leave, we have roughly about 15, 20 minutes left. I want to try something new here. We call ourselves Trek geeks. That's right, Big Sexy. We're geeks.
No, we're not.
All 300 pounds and all 6 foot 3 inches. Oh, that came out wrong. All of your height. I didn't say length. I said height.
Ladies.
It's full of geekness, and I love it, man. I love you're one of the cool. You're one of the geeks that could beat up the other the football players in high school. That's okay. I'm gonna stop now. Anyway.
So now, if you are going to do this, let's keep it to one question because I only have 10 minutes left, really.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I'm being a party pooper, but I am at work.
Party poop.
All right, so real quick then. All right, so we're gonna go since I just got he wants to transfer of command from Craig. He's got to leave. All right, so Craig, we have 6 categories. All right, we have crew members, aliens, locations, Starfleet, science and technology, ships. And what I mean by these categories is we're going to do a little bit of Trek trivia to see how devoted we are to all things Star Trek. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick a category. I'm going to ask you a question from the original series because I think that is your program of choice.
It is.
All right, so choose a category.
Let's go with crew.
Crew. All right. Which episode featured the first appearance of Ensign Chekhov? Good question.
Oh, boy. I don't know the answer to that. I believe it was the 3rd season, anyway.
I'll give you a hint. It involved a particular mating ritual, this episode.
I got it.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, Craig.
We're gonna pass it on to Mike.
We're going to have to send you back to Starfleet Academy. Amok Time.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so it's between you and me now, Big Sexy. All right?
You don't want this.
Bring it. All right? Okay, I just had some synthahol, too. I ain't scared.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, do you recall the 6 categories?
Yes.
Choose a category.
Ships.
Ships. Now, you are, God knows why, the Deep Space Nine enthusiast.
Here you go. Man.
I love your Avery Brooks, but loosen up, dude. Okay. You said ships? All
yes.
right. Wow, this might be a tough one. Of these 3 runabouts assigned to Deep Space Nine, USS Ganges, USS Orinoco, and USS Rubicon, which one was not destroyed? Now, that's a tough question. Do you want to flex your muscles, or do you want me to give you another one?
No, let me see if I can get this one.
All right. I will repeat. Of these...
The Ganges, the Orinoco, and the what?
The USS Rubicon.
Rubicon.
Your answer is Rubicon.
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have an answer, sir?
I'm going to say the Ganges.
I wish you had stuck with Rubicon. The answer is Rubicon. All right. This game is up for me to win or lose. I'm going to ask myself a question from Star Trek Next Generation, and you will hold me to the honor code. I will not look at the answer. Suckers. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm going to choose crew. All right, so the question is, okay, that was way too easy. I'm going to ask another question. What was the name of Data's brother? All right, that's bull. Okay.
Oh, that was bull.
Yeah. What Academy Award-winning comedian and actress joined the crew as the bartender Guinan?
Oh, come on.
Okay, last question. Well, I'll pick another one. Jesus Christ, come on, guys. All right. Which real life?
Wait. Okay, I'll give you Guinan. How about this?
Yeah, you want to give me a? You give me.
What is the name of Guinan's race?
You think it? What?
You heard me.
dude, I should come on and slap you right now. It was the same race that was portrayed by not Rodney McDowell. What's his name? Malcolm McDowell in Generations.
First of all, that's not correct.
Malcolm McDowell.
No, Malcolm McDowell is correct. He was an Elorian.
That's what Guinan was.
Are you sure? Let us go through the tape.
Ship's computer.
I don't think she's an Elorian.
They were the same race.
She is. Damn. Damn you.
All right, give me another question because you f***ed that up. Quickly,
right.
We're gonna lose a crew member. Quickly.
All right. Quick. Okay. Next generation.
Yep.
What were the names and ranks of Geordi LaForge's parents?
Oh my God, you mother.
I like it. Thank you. Thank you. Bonus question. Tell me the actors who played them.
Okay. The mother was a commander. I have no idea what her name was. It was played by Madge Sinclair, who also played the first African-American starship captain in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. I have no idea what her character's name was. I don't even remember seeing Geordi's dad on this show ever. So that's an L to me. What's the answer?
Well, first of all, Dad
Yeah.
was a commander, and
Yeah.
Dad was played by Ben Vereen.
Oh, damn it. I knew that.
Because the episode where Mom appeared, they spoke to Dad as well. And Mom was a commander. I'd have to double check that. But yes, and Mom's name was Thea.
Thea LaForge?
I think what this quiz tells our listeners is that we don't know what we're talking about.
No, that's not true. This is just an episode of Mirror Mirror, and we are the evil incarnate. Okay, look,
yes, we got goatees.
So none of us. Well, I do have a goatee. None of us got the questions right. Now in the previous recording, we did. I got 2 of them right. Mark got 3 of them right. Craig, you got 1 right. So we did get some right. I just f***ed up the recording. But okay. So here for all the marbles, guys, real quick. A question from undiscovered country. Whoever gets this right gets all the marbles. Okay. All right. We're gonna do. Right. You guys have a preference of which category?
No, you choose.
All right. I want to choose crew. All right. What? I do know the answer. What 90s star and Jack Nicholson sound-alike played an unnamed crewman on the Excelsior? I will recuse myself because I know the answer.
This is undiscovered country?
Yes. Okay, Mark, I'll give you first shot. What 90s star?
Slater.
Say again.
Christian Slater.
That is correct.
Nicholson sounded like that was a giveaway.
That's one of my favorite scenes because it's another dressing down. Sulu was not to be played with. That's the scene where he tells Slater, tell them that we're still, charting this expanse.
Yeah.
And Slater said, "Sir, are you having hearing problems, mister?" You do remember that scene, right, Big Sexy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I remember.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know if we have time for another question because, Craig, I feel like you should get another shot to get an answer.
Maybe we do this again next time. What do you think?
Now, that was spoken like a true 1966 Batman fan. Next time on the Red Shirts. Speaking of next time, that we will wrap it up because, as you heard, we do have day jobs, and Craig is gonna, he's gonna do his rules of acquisition on some kind of big deal there, so he has to run. So we're gonna wrap it up. I just want to say thanks to all of you who have downloaded the show. We have close to 2,000 downloads. We only started this a month ago, so I'm happy about that. We're gonna do better. If you have anything you want to let us know, any feedback, you can email us at redshirtspodcast, red shirts with an S, redshirtspodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter. If you Google Red Shirts or search under Red Shirts, you will find us. And with that, may the Trek be with you. All right. You got to go, Craig. You got to go.
I
You
gotta
got
run.
French on Star Wars? Not cool. Not cool.
Red Shirts is not endorsed by Paramount Pictures, Viacom, or CBS. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Star Trek, the Star Trek logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Star Trek characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and/or copyright holders.